What's going on, guys? Rico here, back again with another YouTube video. Today's topic is how to raise your score 100 points in under 90 days. All right, a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Rico. Back in 2009, I was a victim of identity theft. Right, while I was serving in Iraq, one of my own family members took $6,000 out of my checking account, plummeted my score to the 500s. I couldn't take over. I couldn't handle, my situation, being that I was in Iraq, right? Serving the country, right? And I felt vulnerable. I felt uneducated. I didn't know how to deal with it. When I got back from Iraq, from the deployment, I tried to apply for cars. I tried to apply for apartments, and I kept getting denied. And when I would get accepted for a car, it would be at 18.45% APR. For those of you who know, that's horrible, all right? And if you have that, you need to be tuned into my channels, right? So, over the course of 9 to 10 years, I've invested over $50,000 in credit mentors and business credit mentors, and basically on what credit is, how credit works, why it's important, how to fix credit, and then how to leverage credit so you can become financially free. Now, today, I own 3 passive income businesses that I use with credit. Basically, I have an Amazon automation store, 2 of those, right? And I have a credit repair business, all right? So I use credit, I utilize credit, right, to become financially free. Now I make money while I sleep, okay? Laptop money, travel money, right? But anyways, enough about that. Let's get into the topic on how to raise your score 100 points in under 90 days, okay? I'll give you 4 topics, 4 simple steps on how to raise that, and we'll have a special announcement at the end, okay? Now, first things first, the first step on how to raise your score 100 points in under 90 days is first, you have to obtain your credit reports, right, guys? How are you going to know what's on your report if you don't have a credit monitoring service? All right, I tell my clients this all the time, and I tell family and friends this all the time. Look, you have to measure what you're putting out, right? So what I mean by that is this: to even start the repair process or to even increase your score 100 points, you need to know what's actually on your score that's hindering your score, that's hurting your score, and/or what's helping your score. Okay, so there's a bunch of credit monitoring services out there. You can go to Experian, you can go to MyFICO, you can go through Credit Karma. Some of these are free. Most of them are free. You can go to Identity IQ. I'll provide a link for you down below. You just got to do a scroll down below. I'll provide a link so you can get your credit monitoring service. Now, I will tell you this, okay? You want to keep this forever. Why? Because I tell my clients this all the time, and as well as family and friends, is that you want to check your credit score and credit monitoring service more than your bank account. Why? Because it's a gateway, it's a segue to your bank account, right? You want to measure what is reporting negatively on your report. Now, what's good about credit monitoring services? Well, let's think about this, right? Remember how I told you I was a victim of identity theft back in 2009 while serving in Iraq? Well, had I had a credit monitoring service set up, I would have had an alert, right, to my email or what have you, to my bank accounts, whatever, right? I would have had an alert that someone's trying to apply for something in my name, okay? Now, it gives you alerts. It protects you for identity theft. Let's say, and it protects you for liability insurance up to $1 million. So let's say someone tried to apply or take a loan out for $1 million. What you gonna do if you don't have, a credit monitoring service? A lot of victims are a victim of identity theft, and they don't even know it until they try to swipe their card or try to open up a bank account or try to apply for a mortgage, whatever, all right? So you want to set up a credit monitoring service ASAP. That is the first step. That is one of the most important steps, okay? Even after you're done with the credit repair service, or even after, you reach your goal of getting that 100 points in 90 days, you want to keep this forever, right? It tells you if they put a collection on there. It tells you if they have a late payment on there. It also tells you good things. It also tells you, hey, you're doing great. Keep up with your score. Apply for this card, etc., guys. So look, the number 1 step right here is to get a credit monitoring service and keep it for life. Okay, there's different types, there's and which we'll get into it later, but there's Advantage 3.0 scoring, which is like Credit Karma, Identity IQ, and then there's my FICO scoring, which is like the Experian and My FICO, etc. I'll put a link down below again, so you guys could click the link and then you can obtain your credit monitoring service. All right. So step number 2 on how to increase your credit score 100 points in less than 90 days is, drum roll, this. Okay. Authorized users. Okay. Now, authorized users. What is an authorized user? Authorized user is simply this. Okay. An authorized user, let's say if you have a grandpa or a grandma or a friend or a family or foe, right? Let's say they have great credit. And your credit's not so hot, but you need to get these points up as soon as possible, right? So what do you do to get to catapult your score as soon as possible, as fast as you can? Well, this is a trick a lot of people do, right? If they want to increase their score up to 100 points in less than 90 days, even if they have collections or anything on the report. Okay, so what they do is they add an authorized user. So what the authorized user method is basically this: they're gonna get in contact with that family or grandma or a friend, and they're gonna say, look, my credit is bad, I'm trying to apply for a house, mortgage, car, whatever, right? And you're gonna call them and say, look, can I be an authorized user on your account? What will happen is this: that person that you're asking for permission to, right? Say your grandma or something like that. She's gonna call the bank and say, look, I want to put my grandson, or your friend's gonna call, hey, I want to put my friend on as an authorized user. What does it do to your report? Well, being that he has great credit, all of that data, the age, the limit, like on a credit card, right? You're gonna call the credit card company and you're gonna say, hey, I want to become an authorized user. That information is going to report onto your credit report. All right. So how does it work? What are the risks, etc.? You're probably wondering, right? Now, show this to grandma, right? They're at no risk at all. What's going to happen is they're going to take your information, your name, your driver's license, social, etc. They're going to put you on their account, but they're going to get the card shipped to their house, and all they got to do is cut it up. Okay, so you don't have to use it. All you're borrowing is the information, right, on their report, so it can be imported on your report. Does that make sense, guys? Type in the comment section below if you're following me so far, right? So, because I want this to make sense to you guys. If you don't have, if it's not making sense at all, ask a question in the comments below, and I'll reach out to you. All right? I'm a real guy. All right? I keep it raw, uncut. This is the real me here, right? Not a guru. I'm just trying to, help the community out, because I feel like when I was in Iraq and I had no help, I was vulnerable, I had no knowledge. I wanted something like this. I wish I had something like this. You see what I'm saying? So I wish this knowledge was out. It probably was, but I wasn't searching in the right places. Now you have this opportunity to take advantage. It's going to take some work. But you know what? If I practice what I preach, and I have a lot of results to back it up. Okay, so back to what I was saying is, you want to add an authorized user. You can add multiple authorized users on your report. All right, this helps your credit report. All right, but it puts a band-aid on it, right? What do I mean by that? It puts a band-aid on it, meaning, it's a temporary fix and or long-term fix. It could be a long-term fix if your grandma keeps you on for life, right? But sometimes if you don't have a grandma or a friend, sometimes you can purchase authorized users and or what is called a trade line, okay? They range anywhere from 300 all the way to 1,000 or 2,000 per trade line. It depends on what you're needing, all right? So there's some trade lines, right? They have a limit. You want to go for the limit one and then the age as well, okay? So I recommend 2 trade lines. 3 is better, okay? But what I mean is this. Let's say if you don't have no credit or no data or a high percentage of usage. We're going to talk about that later, but when you get added as an authorized user, that credit card limit. Say I have 10,000 or 25,000 on the credit card, right? My credit card limit is 25,000, right? When I add you as an authorized user, that 25,000 is going to go on your report, okay? It's going to go on your report. Also, let's say I opened up that card 10 years ago. Let's say your grandma opened up that card 10 years ago. That 10 years is going to add on your report. And if you know the 6 factors of credit, which we do go over in this channel, right? 6 factors of credit. One of the credit factors is average age history, which is really important, all right? This is what lenders look at, or credit card when you're trying to get funding, right? They look at your report and they say, this guy's been over 6 years, over 5 to 7 years of average age history to 10 years. Okay, we're gonna give him a high limit, or we're gonna approve him for this. Okay, so this is very important. So to add an authorized user, right, on your credit report is crucial. This will up your score. Now, a lot of things are changing. So the time of this video that I make it's working. However, banks are starting to get hip to this. They're starting to get hip to it, right? So, which brings me to my third way on how to increase your credit score of at least 100 points in 90 days, which is this. You have to listen. You have to erase derogatory remarks off your credit report. I'll say it again. You have to erase derogatory remarks like collections, charge-offs, late payments, bankruptcies, judgments, liens, child support, evictions, whatever, all of that. If it's reporting negatively on your credit report, right, you want to erase that immediately. All right. Why is this crucial? One, again, it's going to shoot up. Once you get rid of these negative items off your credit report, that alone could shoot you up 100 points. Let alone the other steps that I was talking about, right? Which is the authorized user. That alone, if you get negative items off your credit report, that alone is going to help you. Okay, so you're probably wondering, hey, how do I get this off of my credit report? How do I get collections off of my credit report? How do I get these bankruptcies, judgments, late payments, whatever, right? How do I get these negative items off my credit report? Well, there's a lot of ways you can search on the internet. I actually have an ebook, right, on how to do this. I give the exact letters on what I use for my clients, right, to get results and how we get clients into homes. Just the other day, we got Jose Gonzalez. You'll see him on my channel. We got him approved for a mortgage right here in California, okay, which is the houses over here, $500,000 and up. All right, so it works, guys. So these are the exact template letters that I use for my clients. If you're interested in that, I'm gonna provide a link below. All you gotta do is check the ebook out if that fits for you. Or some people don't have enough time, right? Some people don't have enough time. If you want us to do it for you, delete these negative items off your credit report, go to approverepair.com. Just fill out your information, and either myself and my teammates, will reach out to you to see if we're a good fit, and we'll do this for you to erase items off your credit report, okay? But enough of that. That's step number 3. Erase negative items, derogatory items such as bankruptcies, late payments, charge-offs, collections off of your credit report. By doing this, guys, this is gonna skyrocket your score, okay? All right, and the fourth one is this, okay? This is a little bonus one, okay? The fourth one is this: credit card utilization. I'll say it again. Credit card utilization, aka credit card use. Let's take an example, all right? This is very important because I have a lot of people, family and friends, and even current clients, right? They reach out to me and say, hey, I'm checking Credit Karma. Why is it that my score keeps fluctuating? You know why your score keeps fluctuating? It's because of the fact that you're using your credit cards, which you should be doing, right? All right, but you want to go on a month-to-month basis, unless you have the means to pay off your card. What do I mean by this? Okay, so for math purposes, like I said, math is one of the most important things. We're gonna talk about fractions here, all right? And I'm gonna kick it real simple. So let's say if you have a credit limit across the board of $1,000, okay? $1,000 credit limit. Okay, that $1,000. If I use all of that $1,000, that's 100%, right? Am I right? Comment in the section below if I'm right, right? So what I'm saying is, right, is if you use that $1,000, you're using 100%, right? We're talking fractions here. You use 100%. Now, answer this question for me. Before even skipping to the end, I want some participation here. So comment in the section below, right? What do you think the creditors want you at? What is the credit card utilization percentage supposed to be at? I'll wait. Can you guess? A lot of people think it's 30%. That's BS, all right? It's okay, don't get me wrong. But what I'm gonna tell you is this: you need to be below 9%, okay? You need to be below 9%. And if you wanna really go even further to get to the 800s or past the 750s, you need to be at 1 to 3%, to be honest with you, right? The lower your percentage, I don't know what it does to the algorithm, to the FICO scores, but it gives you a boost your points, at least 20 points extra, rather than if you're 0% or at 10%. I don't know what it does. It's something weird, but if you stay between the ratios of 1 to 3%, which means, what is 1 to 3%? What is 3% of 1,000? All right, so pull out your calculators. What is 3% of 1,000? That's $30, okay? So what do I mean by this? This is crucial, guys. You want to call the banks of that credit card that you have, okay? You want to call the banks of that credit card you have, and you're going to basically ask, hey, when is my reporting date and due date and billing cycle, please? Write this down. Also, do you know that you can change this 10th and the 24th? I'm just giving you that little tip right there, that little bonus, all right? But 10th and the 24th. Anyways, you're going to call and you're going to say, when is my reporting date, billing cycle date, and due date, please? You want to pay 3 to 5 days before your due date and your reporting date. What does this do? Let's say you use the full $1,000. Hey, I'm going to use the full $1,000 to invest it into something so it can bring me something back. That's what smart people do, right? But anyways, let's say if you use it on a couch or a meal or whatever, right? Let's say if you use $1,000 throughout the week. If you pay that 3 to 5 days before the reporting date and due date, if you pay it all off, you just used other people's money. You just used $1,000 and you paid it back before the reporting date and due date. Now your percentage is at what? 0. Are you getting what I'm talking about here? Your credit card utilization is at 0. This is good, all right? But it's better to be at 1 to 3%. So what is 3% of 1,000? That's $30. So let's say this. If you use the $1,000, right, minus $30, we're gonna leave a $30 balance on that credit card utilization. All right. Ooh, I'm giving you guys some fire here. I need to get some likes, subscription. I'm just saying, you know. But no, jokes aside, guys. Look. If you paid $970 of that $1,000, that leaves a $30 balance when it reports to your reporting date and due date, right? What does this do? Now you're at a 3% utilization. What is this going to do to your score? It's going to skyrocket. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So let's recap, guys. How to raise your score at least 100 points in under 90 days. Step 1, you have to, of course, obtain your credit monitoring services, and all these links I'm going to provide in the comment section below. And the links below is going to be, you know, in the description section, okay? So get your credit monitoring service. That's step 1. Step 2 is find an authorized user. Find a buddy, find a grandma, right? Tell them, look, can I become an authorized user? There's going to be more videos on this, guys. I'm just giving you the steps on how to increase it fast, all right? Become an authorized user, or have someone become an authorized user on your behalf. Number 3 is erase all negative items off your credit report, all the derogatory remarks. If you want the exact templates on how to do that, I'll provide the link below on my ebook, and I give you the exact letters that I use for my clients on how to get these negative items removed. Or if you want us to do it for you, simply go to approverepair.com. fill out your information, and one of my team members will reach out to you on my behalf to see if we're a good fit so we can get the ball rolling on that, okay? And number 4 is, guys, credit card utilization. You want to keep it at least 1 to 3%. And I guarantee you guys, if you take action on these 4 things, all right? You take action on these 4 things, I guarantee you your score will jump at least 100 points in 90 days, probably even more, to be honest with you. I'm just being conservative. All right. So, again, thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe this, share this, share it with the community, share it with your family. Again, I wish I had somebody, teach me this, especially when I was a victim of identity theft in Iraq. We never got taught this in school. They never taught us credit. We never got taught this in school, especially in our culture. Credit separates a lot of things. Credit is the foundation of wealth building, right? That's why I'm teaching my kids the same thing, how to build generational wealth with credit, okay? Anyways, guys, I thank you for tuning in. More videos to come. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, Rico out.